Hello, and thanks for joining me today. For today I'm gonna be talking about the different parts of a speech. You know, it's funny, there are only 3 parts of a speech, which each individually do different things to help increase the impact of the speech. And each part of that speech has subparts. But the 3 main parts I'm going to be talking to you today that should make up every speech are the introduction, the conclusion, and the body. First off, there's the introduction. The introduction has 5 main parts, but I'm only going to mention 4 of them. The first one would have to be the attention getter, or the way to shock your audience into paying attention to you, basically. You can usually do this by starting off with a joke, a quote, a startling statement, or one of the best is the question, because right off the bat you're starting to make your audience think. Second is to establish the establish why the person should listen to the speech, which is basically your statement of why they should listen, which could be, do you guys know what the different parts of the speech are, or today I'm going to show you how this is made. Another part is to state your thesis. The thesis is the question that you're trying to answer throughout the speech. And the thesis itself sets up the main points of your speech. And then there's the establish your credibility. You are to show the audience you know the subject you're talking about. You can do this in many ways. Having credentials is one of them. Another way would be being confident in the topic you're talking about. And then there's the body. Like in the introduction that I've stated, identified the theses. The main body is the part of the speech that's going to take each main point you made in your thesis and separate it out so you can talk about it in detail, and then turn around and add sub-details, which are details that add to the impact of each individual main idea to make the speech give the speech a lot more impact and make it more more interesting to your readers. There we go. And then after you get done with the main body, you come to the final part of the speech, which would be your conclusion. Now, all the conclusion is a part of the speech that's the end, that is divided into 2 separate areas. One of them would be the summary. All the summary is the individual is going back over everything you mentioned in the body, so that everybody has an idea of what you talked about if they weren't paying attention at the end of your speech. And then there's the clincher. And what the clincher is the statement or a sentence or 2 that you mention the main points that you want them to remember, or so they can walk away saying, oh, I at least learned this about this while I was at that speech. I only went over a couple of things, and I know I did it really quickly. But without an introduction, the body, and the conclusion to the speech, they just wouldn't be as important as they are. I hope you've learned something from this, and I hope to see you guys again and help you along with another problem that you may have in the future.